We are about halfway through summer. How's it going? Are you starting to get in sort of a funk and unproductive? Hey, this is Leo Ray from ToddandLeoRay.com, and we're gonna get real in this video. We're about halfway through the summer. The kids have been out of school for quite a while, and it is very likely that you might be in a bit of a funk, a productivity funk, just a funk in general, that you're not getting as much done and you're not growing and accomplishing really what you need to in your business on a daily basis. Days are starting to run together and you're starting to wait till you can get back on a regular schedule when those kids are back in school. So I'm gonna give you 7 different tips to help you get out of your funk, become more productive so that you can crush your summer goals, whatever you want to get done before the kids go back to school, before the sunshine comes to an end. We're going to go over 7 different tips to help you do that. Now, tip number 1, create, if you will, a little bit of a support group for yourself. You need to surround yourself with people who are on similar journeys. If you are a stay-at-home mom building an online business, you should be connecting with other stay-at-home moms building an online business. Dads, the same goes for you. Find people who are on a similar journey, not the exact same journey. They don't have to be the same exact type of business, but people who understand what you're trying to do. That, yeah, you gotta juggle life. You gotta juggle work if you're working. You gotta juggle kids if you got kids. You gotta do all of this stuff, still make progress, still put in some late nights and some more hours to create the kind of lifestyle and the business that you want. Honestly, when I feel like I'm just getting into a bit of a funk, talking to other people who are on a similar journey with us helps so much. Just conversations with people who get it, who've been there, who've gone through similar struggles and are pulling themselves out, and you can help each other. That this can be an actual group, kind of like a fellowship group, if you will, that you set up and meet regularly with, or it could just be a core set of friends that you're gonna call. When things are getting a little rough, you can have a quick phone call, talk, see what's going on in their lives, how you can help them, and vice versa. The energy you can provide to these people and that you can receive from these people is incredibly powerful to help you get your gears going again and become productive. Number 2 is to set goals. If you only have this lofty goal of creating a 6-figure business or doing something like that, that's not really a concrete goal. What do you want to do in the next quarter? We're almost there, right? Believe it or not, we're almost in the final quarter of the year. What do you want to do over the next month? What do you want to accomplish? What skill do you want to learn? What thing do you want to do before the end of August? You got to set some goals for yourself to push yourself. Otherwise, one day kind of rolls into the other. You kind of have a general idea of what you should be doing, but because there's no end date on that goal or something coming up soon, you let one day roll into another without taking all the actions and doing all the steps that you need to reach a goal. Number 3, I find this really helpful for myself, is to create a task list, either at night before your head hits the pillow for the next day or first thing in the morning. Write down your priorities for the day. So not just the normal stuff that you have to do every day. What's the top things you have to get done today between life and business? Write them down, whether it's creating content, getting Jimmy to the dentist appointment, calling the plumber, whatever that is, write it down. Have a short list, not a giant list, because that giant list isn't gonna get done. Let's be real. What are the 3 to 6 things that you have to get done that day? Write them down and refer to it. And I really prefer to not do this digitally. I like to have this on paper. I like to write it in pen and paper because it's in my face. I can too easily ignore electronic notes I leave for myself. It's way too easy. So if I have it on a pen and paper and it's, a sticky note on my computer, or if it's sitting right next to my computer or it's on the fridge or whatever, I'm seeing it and I can't just easily ignore it. Write down the core things that you need to do every single day and then get her done. Crossing them off that list is something kind of cathartic about that. It feels good. Seeing that list checked off at the end of the day, it helps you understand how much you've accomplished and gets you geared up to keep doing more and to be more productive. Number 4 is to set a schedule. Set a schedule. Now this can be as rigid as you want. This can be, 15-minute increments. This can be just general times of the day that the things you need to do. So content creation in the morning, during nap time, I'm gonna shoot some videos, and after the kids go to bed, I'm gonna do housework or whatever it is that you need to do. Kind of give yourself a schedule that you're going to follow. This will not only help you, but honestly it helps a lot of kids too to know what to expect during the day. You can get very regimented about this if you want, and if you need some help, if you've never created a personal schedule like this for yourself, I'll put an info card in the upper right corner here for a video I created all about creating a super, really getting detailed and creating a very robust schedule for yourself. And I give you some tools to do it as well, some free downloads that you can access through that video. Number Number 5, if you're anything like me, it gets really easy to stay up too late. It gets easy to stay up too late when you're working on things, and it also gets really easy to stay up too late when you're, Netflixing or something. And all of a sudden it's midnight, it's 1, it's 2, and you're like, oh shoot, the kids are getting up in a few hours, I better try to get some sleep. Well, then your whole next day is messed up. You're not gonna get your exercise in the morning, you're not gonna get up early to do all these other things that you wanted to do because you stayed up too late. So getting yourself to bed on time is very, very powerful to help you be productive. So a trick? Set an alarm. Set a bedtime alarm of when you need to start getting ready for bed. So if that means you want to be asleep by 10, have an alarm go off at 9:30, which means you need to go get in the shower, get ready for bed, whatever your routine is at night. Have an alarm set each and every night, and that it goes off audibly to zone you in, like, oh shoot, I better wrap things up here, I gotta get to bed. By getting to bed on time, you can get up early, you can get a jump start on your day, get a lot of those things just nailed out. I know personally it's really hard. We've got very little kids, and getting stuff done when they're running around during the day isn't easy. It's way easier if I get up really early and I can just have quiet, the house is totally quiet, and I can get a whole bunch done while they're still sleeping. And then I can also take a nap when it's nap time if I've done all of this work ahead of time. Number 6, to be fully present in whatever you are doing. So if it's time for lunch with the kids, have your phone set aside, no electronics, and be present with your family. If it's time to create content, to do social media, whatever for your business, have everything else shut off and do just that. When you're creating content, you should not have extra tabs open on your computer, like Facebook and Skype and things that can go off and can distract you at different times. Close all that down, do one thing at a time, and be fully present at that thing. You're gonna be able to be way more productive and just crank it. Like, so if you're doing content, you can crank out a lot more content, you can get done a lot faster if you can train your brain to focus on that one task. It's not necessarily going to be easy. That may mean putting your phone in the other room when you're creating content or when you're doing things, because we've honestly, as a society, kind of become addicted to our phones. We have to check it every few minutes to see if there's a notification, to see if someone texted me, to see if someone commented or liked some post that you've done. You really don't need to do that all the time, right? You can do that once or twice a day and you're fine, but you have to train yourself to do it. Train yourself to be focused on the activity that you are on right then. Number 7 is a little bit tricky, but it's going to help you. Learn how to communicate to your partner, to your spouse, without emotion, clearly, without emotion, without blame. When you need help, you need to easily, clearly communicate without any angry tone, without any emotion behind it, any anger behind it. You need to let people know that you need help. It's so easy, especially I think for women, but really also for men. Things bug you. Things like, oh, I'm doing this again. Why doesn't he or she think that they need to help out with this? And you just take on these tasks and the emotion is growing inside you, that like, ugh, again, like they're so lazy or they're so whatever. And we allow that to fester and we kind of become passive aggressive, even if you don't realize it, and you get a little tiffy with people, right? You get a little upset and it comes out and they can feel it. Don't let that happen. When you're trying to get stuff done, when you're trying to be productive, that stuff can really wear on you. You need to work together as a team. If you've got whatever kind of support system you have, if you've got a spouse, if you've got a partner, if you've got, just people in your family that help you out, you need to effectively, clearly, unemotionally communicate. And this is something that you can't just flip the switch and do this overnight. It's something that you need to work on. Say, hey, it really, and always don't add any blame, right? So it's something like, I personally feel bad when you do X, Y, and Z. So you're not saying it's their fault or anything. You're taking responsibility about your own feelings, but you're letting them know, and you could really appreciate if they helped you do X, Y, and Z so you can get this other work done, or so that you can focus on blah, blah, blah. Or when I'm gonna shoot videos, if you can take point on the kids, if you can get dinners ready, certain nights of the week or whatever, so you can create content, or you can meet with your clients or whatever. If you learn how to effectively communicate your need for help without adding any additional angst or emotion behind it, people are willing to help, right? You're able to create a better relationship and get the help that you need so you can juggle all the things you need to juggle in life, with kids, with work, with your business. Now, if you want to get some further detail on how to, help to build up that online business, build your online presence, start making sales, you want to click the top link in the description to get access to some phenomenal training that's going to help you do just that. Now, please know that we are rooting for you. We are here. We have this channel specifically to help you create time freedom, the time freedom that you and your family deserve. So if you're looking for time freedom, then you're at the right place. You need to, if you're new, subscribe, hit the bell for notifications so you can be notified whenever we create more content, more training to help you be successful. Again, this is Leah Ray from toddandleahray.com. If you're sticking around on YouTube, watch this video next, and I'll see you soon.